Hey, Viola,
Hey, Pam,
all of these medical history mysteries, I'm not going to lie, sometimes give me a little agita. How serious is that?
find out today on Medical History Mysteries.
Okay, we see it all the time in our patients in medical histories, and sometimes they don't even know that they have it, but we see it on their teeth. Acid reflux. Can you tell us how serious it is and what people are doing that could be hurting them when they just go to CVS and pick something up to fix it?
Oh, come on, Pam, it's not serious. It's heartburn. Everybody gets heartburn. You know that. And I can go to the store right now and I can pick up some Tagamet or Pepsid or Zantac. And heck, I've seen enough commercials on TV where I get into a fist fight with my taco. We both take a Pepsid. At the end of the day, we're both friends. So what's the problem? It's a little heartburn. Gosh, I wish it was that easy. I wish it was just some, trivial, condition that could easily be treated with something over the counter. And it's just heartburn, and everybody gets heartburn. What's the big deal? But it's not. It's a serious condition known as gastroesophageal reflux disease, which can lead to complications like Barrett's esophagus and even carcinoma. So we've got to take it more seriously than the way it's being portrayed in direct-to-consumer advertising. But for a layperson patient, they can't always tell the difference between what they see on TV and what's really a guideline for treating a condition.
It's really interesting. I just had this happen yesterday where I saw a patient and his teeth looked generally kind of yellow, and you could see significant evidence of acid wear generalized on his teeth. And so I asked him about it, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I was prescribed something for that, but I haven't taken it." And I explained to him that I can see this level of wear on his teeth. We take photos and show it to our patients. And I explained to him that if this acid is able to erode his enamel, which is the strongest substance in the human body, what could that possibly be doing to his internal organs? And I think that's a serious consideration.
No question about it. And, dental professionals are some of the first healthcare professionals that find symptoms of underlying disease in patients, which they may not even be aware they have, because this doesn't lie. So your patient may not even realize they have GERD, reflux disease, but they wake up every morning with a sore throat. They have a sour taste in their mouth. And that's about the extent of it. You see the damage to the enamel. You see the damage to the salivary glands. You see the varices on the back of their throat and the broken blood vessels. And you see all of those symptoms, and you're the first one maybe to bring it to their attention. And you're right, that acid doesn't just go in their mouth. Acid reflux can make you cough. And when you cough, you aspirate some of that acid into your lungs, and that can trigger respiratory illness in some patients. Now, add to that the fact that you might have disease like periodontal disease, where there's bacteria and saliva in your mouth. When you cough, you reflux some of that bacteria, some of those inflammatory mediators that are in your mouth, and some of that saliva into your lungs. And now that's even increasing the risk of respiratory disease. So it's not just this initial problem, it's also the potential for systemic inflammation and secondary illnesses like atherosclerosis and even insulin resistance and diabetes, all because it started with GERD, which most people just think, it's heartburn. I like those spicy meatballs, but they don't like me. So I'll take a Pepsi and we'll all be friends at the end.
Not a great way to go. So I would challenge you as a dental professional, when you're looking in your patient's mouth, if you see little cups or cupping out of the cusp tips, that's early acid reflux. No matter how talented a grinder you think your patients are, there's only two ways you can cup out a cusp tip. One is clenching, not grinding, clenching, or acid. And if you start to see those kind of C-shaped wear areas in the cervical areas of the bicuspids, or obviously what we're used to seeing, that thinning of the enamel on the incisal edges of the maxillary anteriors, there's acid wear taking place. So I empower you and I recommend that you have that conversation with your patient, and it'll be really interesting how enlightening that can be. So before we run, just a question about patients that are self-medicating for this. What is your take on that?
There's nobody in the aisle at Rite Aid or CVS or Walgreens or any of these stores telling your patient, don't buy that, go see your doctor. So because self-medication is so easy, and because people use these medications as replacements or substitutes for good eating habits, it's a problem that compounds itself down the line. So this is where dental professionals can step in. And like I've always said, save a life, save people from themselves, because sometimes they make poor choices based on what they see on TV and what other people tell them.
And there are drug-drug interactions with over-the-counter proton pump inhibitors and acid reflux meds, right?
Yep, Tagamet interacts with lidocaine and makes lidocaine last longer and increases the risk of toxicity. And Prilosec and Nexium have a whole bunch of drug interactions that are associated with them. So yeah, it's even more important for patients to realize, okay, I could buy this stuff over the counter. It says only use it for 14 days, but I'm going to use it as much as I need to because I like spicy meatballs. And so we have to be able to tell them that it's not the best way to handle it. Reflux is a disease that needs treatment, and overall and ultimately it's for their overall systemic health that we treat it early and treat it effectively and efficiently.
Well, thank you for that. So if you're a patient and you're taking an over-the-counter medication for acid reflux, make sure you report it to your dental professional, and dental professionals have that conversation with your patients, because you could, in fact, save a life. So
and get some agita. Oh, sorry.
We want to not get agita. We want to do the opposite.
Exactly.
It's the opposite of agita. No agita.
No agita.
All right. No agita, people. We'll see you next time.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.